Welcome back to Spelunky! PlanetWalls, Spelunky, Dilly-Dally, whatever, fuck it, fuckity-doo. This is the daily challenge for October 23rd. And we'll probably go right into the October 24th daily challenge when I crash and burn. I love this gentleman. Do you like that gentleman?
Why?
I like that he's got like this complex, artful mask on and thong. But he's got like this face that's like, nah, I'm feeling pretty happy. He's like, this day's pretty good. It's sunny out.
Yeah?
That's how I think he looks. He's like, I'm alright, even though Columbus is going to slaughter me. Give my family smallpox.
He looks like he has fangs.
I think, well, maybe he did, I don't know. We'll see how good he feels after I'm done with him. So we're going to do a high gold run, because it's a daily challenge. And Becky, you're going to switch professions now, right? And become a life coach?
Oh,
You just said something about how blueberries are filled with serotonin and thus make you happy?
I just made that up.
I bought it.
No, we're just talking about how, like, in a class we were taking, we were talking about how...
Oh, shit! We back-whipped him.
Everything at this point is professionalized. And
Yes.
that life coaching was like something that was like a big deal right now. You know, you don't go to, like, you go to therapists who are licensed, but you could also go to life coaches.
Yes.
And, you know, sometimes it's difficult to know the difference. Like, I mean, not really, because your therapist actually probably has credentials and has to have a, you know, licensing exam and has had to take courses and
I have to interrupt.
internships. Yeah.
I am not going to go for that box.
Okay.
It would cost 2 bombs.
Right.
I would trade 2 bombs for 3 bombs.
Right.
For a bomb box, for a jetpack, for a cape. Maybe for some other items, but not for paste, which I can pick up here for 2 bombs anyway.
Okay.
And not for some other things.
Okay.
So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, we were talking about life coaches and what purpose they served.
Yes.
And basically, I think
They serve a coaching purpose.
No, I think I've discerned what they do.
What do they do?
They kind of stand in as like your friend and your mother. Like, you know, they charge you, apparently some of them charge you like $350 an hour. I learned today.
Really?
Yeah. And they sit there and they say, you can do it. You can do it.
Why did that guy hurt me?
You're worth it. You need to spend 8 hours sleeping. And also...
I am worth it.
Eat blueberries.
It's working right now.
And oatmeal.
Oh my god, I can feel it working.
I know. And that whatever difficulties you have, it's basically mind over matter.
Hey Nathones, I know you're the Golden Idol head patrol. I'm not taking it here because I don't want to kill either the shopkeeper or get Collie mad at me. And one of those things would happen. I don't want them to happen.
So I'm pretty sure our conversation last time was so... how do we put it?
We just rewatched episode 40.
It's probably the worst thing in the world to listen to yourself on tape.
It's the best thing for me. I'm a narcissist.
I had no idea how much I said like or It's eye-opening and terrible.
This is horrible.
I know. It's what we have a consensus on this.
No, I was talking about that.
I know.
I know you knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Okay, there's Puppy.
So now I'm very self-conscious about it and I'm holding back.
Yeah, I know. So I guess I should do more talking. God damn it, this dog!
You probably should.
I should talk more!
I also recognize that we didn't finish our conversation about Europe, and thus we alienated some of our viewers.
No way, Marcos Otero was all like, it's okay, guys. I'm a hardworking Spaniard, and I know that. It's okay that you think otherwise.
I actually think that work-life balance is incredibly important. We don't value it enough in America. And consequently, like, what I was trying to say was, I salute you, and I think working a long time is not.
I salute you. Are you still saying that you think that
Isn't salute?
Europeans are lazy?
No, I mean...
Because that's what I took away from what you said.
No, I'm just... Salute is about... Isn't salute originally from health? Salute?
Yes,
Yeah.
probably. But I was just kidding anyway.
I don't know. In French, I think
Wow,
it's...
look at all these gems. I don't want to... Oh.
Yeah. But, No, I think that they have it right and we have it wrong. I guess what I'm trying to say.
They? So now they're they, Becky?
Oh, come on. Quit reifying. Stop. You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. Tell you what I'm not gonna do.
I want to live in a place that's
I'm not gonna die here.
That's expensive, that, you know, lets you eat lots of ham and cheese. And...
I would love ham and cheese right now.
I know.
Okay, we've got one more rope and a couple bombs, so we're spending our bomb right here.
And a sunny. Sunny would be good.
It is.
Because
whoa, my bombs!
Here it was really cold today.
It was freezing today.
And apparently we have a fan that also knows that it was cold today, which is kind of disturbing in some ways.
Yeah, friend Nezzle or whatever. I hope you're hanging out at the CrossFit gym kicking ass. That shit's too hardcore for me.
It's way hardcore.
I know. You know what I do in my spare time? This. I watch this little native exercise. And that's what my exercise is.
Apparently he does it too. This is what he does in his spare time as well.
You're right. He's... He sits around and he's like, oh man, this is making me tired, but I gotta push through and feel the burn.
What if it's one of our students?
There's no way. I listened to him in one of his things.
Okay, good.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it didn't sound like one of my students, but Frenzolo or the overthinking it thing. That doesn't sound like one of my students.
Well, your comments about your proximity to us were kind of freaking us out, because we now know...
Not in like a bad way.
We know where you live.
I don't know exactly where this guy lives.
I don't know exactly where he lives either. He doesn't know exactly where we live.
I assume he doesn't.
Yeah, it's slightly uncomfortable.
It's not really.
I mean, no, but like...
I'm not uncomfortable with it.
You think you're speaking to the world, though, and then all of a sudden they start naming places that are around your house, and you're like, whoa.
I know, it would be disturbing if I were he.
Okay, that's true. That's true. On the receiving end, I think it would be worse, probably.
Okay, we are not gonna blow up this.
Why do you shoot cobwebs?
Because I'm trying to jump up into this thing.
Do you have an option, or can you shoot ropes as well?
You can also shoot ropes, but you run out of ropes.
But you don't run out of cobwebs.
Not when I'm holding this shitty cobweb gun.
Oh.
It's pretty shitty, though.
I see.
I'm not gonna kill the Vault Keeper, I just want this one gold bar. I don't have what it takes bomb-wise or weapon-wise to take out the Vault Keeper, so we're cutting our losses.
Oh, okay. Oh, also thank you to the person who is of the different... I don't know how to put this delicately.
I don't know what you're saying, but it's starting to worry me.
Well, she's not a girl. The woman.
The feminine persuasion?
Yeah.
She had some sort of, like, sexual name, like video bondage.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
I didn't say it mattered.
I appreciate it.
Maybe it wasn't sexual at all.
I don't think her name... I mean, I guess it could have implied something, but, like, I don't know.
I mean, it seems to imply that she's into bondage.
Last time I was talking about, having demographic that was different than just male.
Do you think the word fecalith is a real word? That means like...
Where did you come up with that?
I think my dad used to use it, but it just seems like it wouldn't be a word, but like it might also mean like poop stone.
What?
Fecalith. You know, like a
Like
monolith? Yeah.
What made you think of that?
I was just thinking about a monolith. God damn it, another compass. Sometimes I think about monoliths.
2001: Space Odyssey?
Yeah, I mean that movie made a huge impression on me. I was scared that a monolith was gonna appear in my bedroom, and I don't know exactly what I thought was gonna happen, but the whole thing is just very eerie.
It is eerie.
It is eerie.
I didn't get the eeriness. He made me watch it.
Becky was like, "This is boring and long," and it is. Don't get me wrong. That movie is fucking boring and long.
Our first year of marriage, she made me watch it, and
She loved it.
No, I didn't. By the time the guy got to the acid trip, I was just like...
You're like, this is what I've been waiting for? And I was
you're
like, you bet it is.
This part is awesome. And he was like, don't you think that the monolith with the monkeys or the apes or whatever, he goes, don't you think it was creepy? And I was like,
I mean, I didn't make her watch it because it's a horror movie. I made her watch it because it's a film classic and it's awesome.
I don't know. It doesn't... I don't know. I've read a lot of...
Spoiler alert, I guess. It's awesome.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, he goes on LSD at the very end.
He's not on LSD.
That was just a weird movie.
It is pretty peculiar.
I didn't like it.
I loved it.
There are a lot of movies that I think have a lot of... The movie lacked heart, honestly.
Well,
that's actually, that's
maybe it's supposed to lack heart.
No, to be honest, I mean, yeah, I guess maybe. But like, I tend to, this sounds very corny of me, but I tend to like emotionally impactful movies.
I like emotionally dulling movies.
Me don't.
That's true. But I have to say, when I watch, don't worry, I do see the Ujjet eye blinking. We're gonna take advantage of this frog to get through here. Uh-oh.
I like movies where people overcome.
I like movies where people turn into zombies. Actually, that's not universally true. I don't like all movies where people turn into zombies. Though I do like 28 Days Later. I asked Becky to watch that, and she was like, no, that sounds too scary.
Well, no.
I'm going to go in the other room while you eat that entire chocolate car that your grandma gave you for Christmas. I'm going to tell you why we're going to do this in a second. I should not have bought that.
He actually did. He and his roommate watched 28 Days Later
and I ate an entire chocolate car. Now, if you're curious what a chocolate car is, it was a hollow vehicle made of chocolate. So, pretty much exactly what you'd think.
Right. But you guys were, like, freaking out, if I recall.
What the hell is happening?
It's like, I think an airplane sounds like...
Is an airplane landing in our front yard?
I think it sounds like it's crashing.
It just sounded like a fucking UFO landed in the street in front of us. Becky, Frenezel, you probably are all upon this. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. A bunch of people are yelling out in the street. What was it?
Something about the 747 and the Red Sox game. Like it was like ceremonial.
Oh, it was sports related.
It's ceremonial. Something. Is it Red Sox game?
Yes, the Red Sox are the itinerant sports team. Is that the right word? Itinerant?
Yeah. I like came out.
The endemic sports team? Is that...
I like came outside like freaking out, and our neighbors were like, "Oh, it's this." And
It's just the fact that the Red Sox must have done something.
No, I think it's prior to it. But they came in with like chips and stuff like that, so I'm guessing there's something sport related that's going on that you and I don't know because we're sports.
I'm a sports fanatic.
Are you?
No. Though I did watch my share of NBA.
I can't believe it just asked, did you?
Yeah, you know that about me. Oh man, don't you think... Yeah!
Yeah.
That's right!
Yeah.
So many men just lost their lives. It makes me pleased to be alive. It's like 1,000 voices cried out in agony and were suddenly silenced.
You watched too much 28 Days Later.
That's from Star Wars, but you wouldn't know because you haven't seen Star Wars.
I told you, did I tell you, we talked about this, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Did we render this video already?
Yeah, we did.
Then I don't need to explain myself.
No, you don't owe anybody anything.
I already told you why.
Yes.
I watched them in order from 1 to 6.
I know.
It ruined it for me.
It would have, because... Can you believe this? I just have to reflect on this again. I know we talked about this last video. But can you believe the fact that my wife watched episode 1 of Star Wars before she watched any of the classic?
This wasn't my decision. This was my parents'
I mean,
decision.
I'm not holding you responsible for it.
This was my parents' decision.
I think I'm taking the shotgun here because the the jungle is friggin' scary.
I don't think my parents make good decisions.
No, they made you watch Star Wars in the wrong order.
Yeah, they did. They also allowed me to see Schindler's List when I was like 7 or 8. I know we just talked about Schindler's List, but like...
Oh man, I should have definitely brought the,
I don't think we watched that one between you, like... God, what... We were...
Hang on, I'm shooting these little fish. You made me watch that late in my early 20s.
Late in your early 20s.
So like, I guess like when I was probably like 23, I imagine.
No, I think it was a little later than that.
You think?
I was pretty appalled that you hadn't seen it.
I know, and I was kind of like, I don't know. I want to say that my response was something more like, I've seen worse, but that just makes me feel horrible.
That's not true.
It was pretty unpleasant.
No, I just think it's really well done.
I didn't know that vampires could live around in water.
It sounds like I have an obsession with this movie.
You have talked about Schindler's List an awful lot.
Well, it's also the case that...
Oh, no.
Upon reflecting on my parents' choices, I am thinking that I would never make the same for my children.
Sure.
And that's one of them, because I was terrified I remember after watching it for a long period of time.
What were you terrified of? I saw a Sequest episode that terrified me, probably for very different reasons than...
Why?
Yeah.
Because I started worrying about genocide. At like 7.
That's a little young to be worried about genocide.
I think I might, maybe I was 8, I don't remember. But
Should
like,
I sacrifice that dog? Maybe if I don't know.
I mean, that's a real thing. That's not even a fake thing.
No, you're right.
That's not good. I don't think that's good.
What's not good about it?
Knowing.
Oh.
I mean, you can know of genocide, but watching particular people get slaughtered is probably not.
No, it's probably pretty difficult.
Especially when you're
emotionally.
like, you always like distance yourself, like, oh, this is just a movie, which only works.
A movie about real events.
At a certain age, but in this one you can't. So.
Yeah, when your parents say stuff like, "Oh,
No,
The
this
Land
really
Before
happened.
Time," it's just a movie. It doesn't work with a movie about the Holocaust.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's horrible. So I don't know. I think and they took my sister too.
Wow, really?
Who was 2 years younger than me. Yes.
I mean, I watched Twister when I was young, but that's not really the same.
Nah, it's not the same. I don't think it's the same.
No.
But
What else did I watch? I watched Alien,
Oh,
2001: A
Aliens.
Space Odyssey. Have you heard of that?
Yeah. I watched Fire in the. No, I didn't watch Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky! Jesus Christ! Talk about something that's emotionally scarring.
That one was horrible.
Yeah, just hang out by yourself in a room and watch Fire in the Sky if you really want to cry. Where's the
Like
vault?
even
Is there
today,
a vault here?
I think
don't see
I
a
watched.
vault.
It was on TV for some reason. And
I'm not getting that other idol. I have to talk about this for a second. I'm not getting the other idol because I think I'll die. If I had a jetpack, I'd do it. Okay, go on.
So we flip back and forth on TV because if the cable company is like offering some sort of, well, we call them, we get mad at them, and then they're like, well, we'll give you for $10 more every channel that you want, and so we're like, fine, we'll use
Like,
cable.
you win this round,
We're like,
Comcast.
fine, we'll use your cable and do that, and then we always have it uninstalled because then they want to charge us a lot more, but they know we need internet. So they've got one up on us.
Yeah,
too.
that's true. Please blow up the tiki.
So one of the times that we had cable here, there was like they were playing Fire in the Sky, and it was like that.
I think I watched it by myself on Netflix.
It was. Why would you do that? It
was a mistake.
It was like the guy was under the table and there was a syrup that was dripping.
Yeah, so you
And
think
he
that, oh my god, this guy's coming out.
He started having a flashback, and
This is a movie you're like, this is going to be this awesome alien movie. Well, it turns out it's just about,
post-traumatic stress disorder.
and like, a guy who
But not-
seriously had something worse than rape happen to him.
But not
or
even-
maybe as bad.
That's terrible, by the way. But
Well, when you see the movie,
what you just said is terrible.
was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I shouldn't say that?
Well, I just don't know if those two experiences are comparable.
No, they probably are not.
It's not. It's like saying combat veterans have it worse, or
Right. I'm
assault
not.
victims have it worse.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
I don't think it's helpful to compare experiences of that sort. But I could see where aliens are in question in terms of like people's belief and the fact that it's often laughed at. Like,
Uh-oh.
since you're brought into the experiences, if it's realistic, the PTSD is much worse because I mean, how like it's about the very fact that people don't believe you. So I would imagine that's bad.
Well, I thought the movie was essentially like a story of how he was raped.
What?
Like, doesn't matter if the aliens are real.
I never. No, that does matter. In
That
fact,
matters?
It actually matters, I think, in terms of
Like his experience and it
No.
being validated, or
No, and also like assault victims too. A lot of them like tend to minimize or question. It's all bad.
I wasn't saying it was pleasant.
No, I'm just saying in terms of comparing experiences. Probably one of the more torturous parts of it would be questioning whether or not it's actually the case.
Okay,
Or
I see.
victim blaming or things
Right.
like that.
Okay, we're gonna get back up there to get ready to ghost
Which
that
is
thing.
maybe that's actually why it strikes fear in the heart of us all when we're watching this movie. Is that you think to yourself, you're like, well, these people aren't believing him. Maybe there's a real lesson to be learned.
I think so.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not really sure what my plan is here.
Better get one fast.
That wasn't the best implementation.
Sorry, maybe what we're not talking about is interesting.
Uh-oh. Did those fall through the ghost? I wanted them to.
What are other movies that scared you? 28 Days Later scared me to the point where I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch any of it. I just picked up way more gems than I expected to. That was a bummer, because I, like, de-ghosted. Well, I didn't de-ghost. I just ghosted badly.
Oh, I see.
When the ghost goes over gems, he turns them into more valuable diamonds.
Right. So 28 Days Later, you described a scene to me where the father...
Oh yeah, that's pretty brutal.
The father and the daughter...
Those things bother me more now that I'm, like, older than they did at the time when I was like, I'm just a college student. Now I'm like, oh my god, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
We're pretty low gold here. We're doing well life-wise, but we're not doing well in terms of our fat stacks of cash.
Right. So that's why I didn't, was because you explained that scene to me, and we won't give spoilers, but it was a pretty brutal scene, so I didn't watch any of it.
I was like, there's this scene that's going to happen, I can't wait. Becky was like, that sounds like something I don't want to watch right now.
Right. So I went into the bedroom and...
Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine.
Drank a glass of Chianti and surfed.
Really? You drank a Chianti?
I was really into that for a while. I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was like my nighttime relax. Like,
did you
ritual.
pour yourself a bubble bath?
No, because the bathtub that we lived in, that
oh
was
yeah,
so gross. Do you remember that?
I do.
There's black stuff. I scrubbed and scrubbed for hours and I could not get it off.
No, it was impossible.
It was so gross. And I kept that bathroom so clean. Immaculate compared to what we do now.
Yes. Our current bathroom, like, if you look in the toilet, and this is an exaggeration, so...
It's not really.
It looks like a Yellowstone hot spring.
It does, actually. Because we put one of those blue tabs in it, but there's also still... We thought it would take care of all the mold in it, but it didn't, and bacteria.
Yeah.
And so now there are like these different colors, and they're swirled
This
together.
worries me. Look at these guys hanging out in that worm tongue.
I don't know, we have guests soon, so we're going to have to clean it.
Was that just never going to explode? I guess not. I'll try to stay away from that shit.
Our house is so messy.
We're like real live humans, but... Well, I don't know. I don't know how to finish that. But we're not?
I don't think we are. I'm not sure.
You're not sure anymore?
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
I'm not really sure what stage of life I'm in at this point.
Young adulthood has extended.
Yeah, I think so too. One of my favorite things that you showed me on the internet has actually been Bat Dad.
Bat Dad? We've talked about Bat Dad in this video series before.
Have we?
Yes. It's okay.
Extensively?
That wasn't me saying we're not allowed to talk about Bat Dad. That was just me making an observation.
Extensively? I think we have you right. But I like him, just because, like, his life looks structured.
Yes.
And he looks like he's doing something fun. And your response was like, that's because he's bored.
It could be. It's very possible. We're just going to chill here and wait for Ghosty to come. She's probably going to come from the left, but I'm not 100% positive about that.
Hey, it was a she.
Because when you take a photo of her, she looks like a lady. She pauses for a second. The camera helps slow down Ghosty.
How does she look like a she?
Well, when you take a photo of her, I'll do this sometime if I have the camera.
What?
But I don't ever have the camera because the camera's a shitty item.
Did they put a bow in her hair?
Yes, I actually believe that's exactly how they do it.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do.
So I'm not sure that we're supposed to be still living like college students.
I think we're supposed to be.
I don't think so. Otherwise on Facebook I wouldn't have like all these pictures of babies being born.
Didn't you see the recent Onion article though? Facebook version of marriage going swimmingly or something like that.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Yeah.
There was another one that was like, I don't know, man in existential depression because he hasn't done anything with his life. What was it? What was the title?
Man has crisis based on fact that he's same age of parents when they had their family prematurely. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah,
that was the gist of it. But the Onion headline in it's like news format is always the best part.
Always, yeah. But that one was great because it's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow, maybe I was like 5 by the time my mom was my age almost.
You were 5 by the time your mom was your age?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That actually did make sense.
Yeah.
For a minute I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
And then, like, 2 to 3 years later, she decided to take me to Shenmue's list.
Good callback. And funny. God, this is like our 5th pair of spring shoes. Is what I always think whenever I'm standing in a Journeys. That didn't make any sense. I haven't been to a Journeys in a long time.
Maybe, they say that your brain isn't fully formed until you're, like, 20, in your mid-20s.
Until you stop shopping at Journeys?
No, until your mid-20s. And you think to yourself, without those people having children so young, like, their frontal lobe hasn't actually, I don't know if it's a frontal lobe or, I don't know what
it hasn't actually de-atrophied?
No. It actually hasn't fully formed regarding its, like, full potential.
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics of this. I was just told this by somebody inside.
I mean, we're talking about people who are parents now.
Yeah.
But they're actually still, like, capable of learning languages better than me.
No. Their judgment centers are still not fully developed.
So it's like they're constantly on drugs?
It's like they continue to make bad decisions until a certain point in which their rational faculties are stronger.
Okay.
If that helps. And so they're having children, and you're like, huh. Well...
Now, did anybody see the big mo I had? Yell really loud if you did, so it goes back in time to when I'm recording this.
I don't know. I mean, I don't mind people having... I think right now is a fine time to have children if you're so inclined.
Yes. Right now.
No, I don't mean... I mean, like, at this age.
I knew what you meant.
It's fine.
Let's get back up here and get ready to ghost.
I don't think I would... I'm looking at our apartment right now and the fact that there's just stuff everywhere.
That's the most charming part about our living condition.
Yeah, but it can't last forever. Surely we can't be like 50 years old.
No,
like,
eventually somebody will bust down the door and find us dead in here.
I know. Like, I mean, eventually, like, you got to do your laundry and, like, you've got to put dishes away.
I do a pretty good job with that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, we can't really... I don't think we can... This is sustainable, per se. We were playing on a card table in the middle of our kitchen.
That's right, we can afford a card table.
In the middle
Think about the luxuries that...
To bring back Ali Brosh, do you remember the pictures she posted on Facebook of her house? You and I just, like, laughed hysterically.
We were like, that's our house! And then she was like, I'm clinically depressed.
Well, yeah, exactly, right? That's actually how our house looks.
Yes.
It's like, oh yeah,
it's just like a bunch of Apple computers and
bricks,
electronic
those big bricks,
cables.
You know, with Apple computers, yeah. And like, she goes to one point, she was like, oh, I've been informed that this is a dining room. We break out the card table when we're feeling fancy. And like, she's like, drawing herself with like tortilla chips, like scoops, remember? With like the sauce.
Sitting on the floor with a bowl of them.
And that's actually what we
were like sitting that way reading those articles.
Oh my god. It was funny. So funny.
I just read her Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and she claims that she watches MTG videos on the internet, and some of them involve somebody saying, I tap all the things, which is, her patented meme thing. But, I wondered if that was Loading Ready Run and their Magic videos, and they stream, but they also record for us. So it's possible that the internet's Ali Brosh watches MTGO Academy. Look at that slippery snake.
I have nothing but love for Ali Brosh.
No, she's great.
You should like tag her in these videos that we talk about her.
I'm not gonna tag her.
Yeah.
Look at how fast that snake is going when it's on the ice. Just watch. Woo!
Then maybe she'll find your videos. It'd be funny.
I mean, maybe, or maybe YouTube will have a problem with me tagging videos Ali Brosh when they have nothing to do with her.
We talk about her.
What the fuck just exploded down there?
When you played Spelunky.
That's true.
We talked about her drunken horse.
Yes, we did do
episode.
That. Oh my god, so many bombs. That's right. If that dog dies, I don't give a fuck. Whoa! He made it. Those guys are going to be bouncing around for a while. I don't care what happens to them. This is the level that we have to intentionally die.
Oh, goodness.
This makes me a little nervous.
Yeah?
What's wrong?
I'm just tired.
All of a sudden I looked at you and you looked like you were struggling to hold your eyes open.
I'm tired.
Alright.
It's been a long day. It'll continue to be a long day tomorrow. The days don't end.
They do eventually.
No, well... Yeah.
I mean, I gathered that you were basically being metaphorical. You're gonna pick up bombs, our savior.
It's that time of the year.
Yeah.
It's like post-midterm. Oh, and it was also... we had meetings over grades, which is probably the worst type of meeting you can have.
Grade? Oh yeah, learning how to... Coming to a consensus about how to grade something...
Oh my gosh.
...among a group of graduate students is possibly one of the worst sorts of hells imaginable.
And like, you try to be a really good sport. And I personally, like, buy myself, like, a really sweet, nice-tasting coffee beverage that no one in Europe should respect at all.
Why would no one in Europe respect that?
Because it's not real coffee.
European coffee it's true, it is better.
It's better, but like it's also it's basically ours is
It makes me very sad whenever I go to like a restaurant and I'm like, I'll have a coffee, and they look at me and they think for a minute, and then the bill comes out and it says American coffee. They're like,
they have like a really nice
they're thinking this
espresso
pansy
machine.
can't handle this shit.
And they have like
this rocket fuel.
I know, and they have a huge, nice espresso machine. You recognize that they give you like the drippings of their shitty coffee.
Yeah, they're like, this guy wants watered down garbage. That's what they're thinking.
That was one of the Portuguese restaurants we went around here.
Yeah, Casa Portugal. Frinzella or whatever your name is.
Quit mentioning things around our house. I don't.
Frinzella isn't a place.
I don't.
So what? Someone's gonna figure out where we lived based on Casa Portugal, but
please don't. People are good at the internet at this point in time.
People are really good at the internet.
And I really would like to preserve.
Come get me! What the fuck just happened there?
Some semblance.
Did the ghost just get hit by a laser beam? I want to see if I can make that happen again.
Some semblance of privacy would be helpful.
Okay, that's fine. We died, which we needed to.
Okay.
But there was a weird thing that happened where the ghost like freaked out and zipped up into the air. I don't know if that was a glitch or if the ghost was just upset.
Yeah.
Something we were saying. He doesn't like Casa Portugal.
Yeah. If you become really big, and this is the thing.
We'll have to move.
And you can make and you can make a living doing this. I say, be as transparent as you want, but like. Insofar as, like, I might actually have to get, like, a real job. I don't know if I want people knowing exactly where I live.
That's fine. I won't tell anybody where you live. I'll just tell them where I live.
Just make it really easy.
Okay, let's see. Ropes. That's not exactly what I wanted. That's okay.
Did we start a conversation and then just not end it?
That happens often. I remember the other day you were like, so tell me about Frostite and how great it is. And I was like, well, the thing about Frostite, and then you were like, I don't want to hear about that anymore. It's boring me.
I think I hadn't had a cup of coffee prior.
We just died.
Oh, in the daily challenge.
I know. Well, you guys will have to wait till tomorrow, but we're going to record another one right now.
Ooh. How much did you make? Did you do well? Oh, you got a rank of 80?
Yeah, and it's at the end, so I ended at 80. Because there were probably only a few more people finishing right around now. That wasn't good. I died in a very one-hit killish, stupid way, not paying attention.
Last time AJ got, what did you get, like 50 or something?
And Becky just goes,
No.
You sucked!
No, I didn't.
40th, I think.
You got 40th, and you're like, that's pretty good. And I was like, no, you sucked. And then you go, I got 2 once. And this is like a while ago. I'm like, you can't keep bringing that up. I'm like, you're doing like an Al Bundy thing. You're like, I played high school football. And you're like, well, 2 was really good. I'm like, there's like an expiration date.
I can't bring it up anymore. 10 days later, I have to get 2 again.
And yeah, there's an expiration date with regard to how often you can bring up the fact that you got 2.
2.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next run we do, you're going to get...
2 or 1.
2 or 1.
If I get 3, I'll be happy.
Yeah, top 3. But it has to stay that way. You can't...
Ooh, I have a hangnail. I'm going to cut it off right now.
It can't be tomorrow, other people do better, and then you get pushed down. You have to stay at 1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3.
You can do it.
Which character should I be, Becky?